Yo, GTA 6 is 101 days out, and we still haven't gotten the map yet. But the great people out here on the internet have been doing the Lord's work and been putting together a mapping project for us so that we can visualize what we do see, what we can visualize what is available based upon information that's out there. Like we know that there's about 6 areas that they put on the website for us to know about. One, two, three. Yep, 6. We got Vice City, Leonardo Keys, Grass Rivers, Port Gellhorn, Ambrosia, and Mount Mount Calaga. So in this video, we're gonna break down and react to the map. We got a video by Dr. Mod that we're gonna react to. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
Fan-made unofficial recreation of a possible GTA 6 map, made purely for fun and to celebrate the excitement for the game and help visualize potentially the incredible scale of what's being built
Shout
by
out to
Rockstar's talented
those dope
teams.
ass
So if anyone
creators
from
who made
Rockstar
this
happens to
map
see
possible.
this isn't meant to spoil, leak, or claim any real knowledge of GTA 6.
Oh yeah,
This
Rockstar.
brand new map
This ain't meant to
project
spoil or leak
completely
anything.
transforms
This is
how
just
you're
fans being
gonna view
hyped for the
GTA
game.
6 map. And in this video, we're going to explore all of the iconic GTA 6 locations we've seen so far in trailers and screenshots using this 3D interactive map to get a feel of how it might look when we're finally in the game. So we're going to start off, of course, in the very southern area of the map in the Leonida Keys, one of my favorite areas so far. If you remember,
The Leonardo Keys do look dope because I feel like the Keys of Florida is a dope ass place.
As you can see, this map
And it just looks like it's beautiful with like water
that from the same
and
but now it gives me the ability to do
with nice
something
blue
really
water
cool.
and the ecosystem probably on fire. Probably is not on fire, but probably is fire.
Just
A
a little
dope
bit to the left
ecosystem.
and see how far away does Vice City look from this angle. And
Vice City looks pretty far from this angle.
Place myself at the rough height
That's
that I
like
would be in game if I was in first person and stand on the
5-8 miles.
And then I looked out to the ocean and saw Vice City way off in the distance. And wow. But the Leonida Keys does stretch even
I wish
more
that'd be
south.
something that they
However,
put in the
this is where we
game,
start
like
to get into
miles, like how
speculative
long
territory.
something is.
What we do know is that we think there's going to be an airfield
How long distances
down here,
are
which
from
is
each
really
other.
cool because the creator's gone and added that. And if you're
That'd be
stood right
fire.
at the very end of the Leonida Keys and you look to Vice City, I don't think that horizon's probably even going to be visible. When you're actually in game and exploring this place, from certain angles, even on the coastline, you ain't even going to be able to see Vice City from here. So there's Jason's house. And if you've ever wondered where Vice City is in relation to that,
That don't look like Jason's house to
in
me.
that case, we will be able to see downtown
But
Vice
I guess
City
they're trying to make it seem
But we do then also need to remember that Jason's house is on
they're trying to make it
more northern
non-copyright.
end of the Leonida Keys, as you can see.
I
Now,
don't
really
know.
close to Jason's house, we have this row of housing here, which I think, personally, is from trailer 2, where we see
I want to see the scale
Jason
of the map.
driving, and that
Like the
girl
details is
says, "Hi,
cool,
Jason," to him. but so again,
zoom
in
out for me.
relation to
Let's look at the
city
map as a
and
whole.
Leonida Keys in general. So on the very southern end of the first island on the Keys, the city is already barely visible. So if you head to the very far end of the Keys, the city
I wonder what type of
basically
animals they're gonna have in this game. It gotta be some
completely buried by
because
the fog,
Red Dead
which is
Redemption
likely
had
gonna be how it looks in the game. But you're
alligators,
probably wondering, how do we know
foxes,
how accurate this map is? How do we know what
a lot
we're
of
looking
things,
at here
bears,
gives
a
us
lot of
good
things that could
idea of
kill
what
you.
we're gonna see in GTA
I know
6.
GTA
Built by
5 had the
Noah
mountain
Asden
lion.
on YouTube, this interactive map is
I want to
actually
see what
built in
animals they put
cities,
into this Grand Theft
skylines
Auto
too.
6.
And the GTA 6 mapping community, where he showed in his video, which I'll link in the description, how he overlaid the mapping project in Cities Skylines 2 and basically manually created every building and road. But here's the crazy part. This map is not even finished yet. The map extends way more north than what this map is currently showing, and that's because, like I said, it was going off of the GTA 6 mapping community, which also happens to end exactly in the same location that this mapping project also ends. There's plenty more to the map that Rockstar haven't revealed yet, and we have no idea how north this map is going to extend. First of all, though, we need to follow the road out of the Leonida Keys
into
and head
Vice City.
north to Vice City, a location I'm sure all of you would love to get a feel of how that might look in the game. Seeing
Yep.
Vice City in this interactive
I want to
map,
see Vice
even if
City
it's
at
not
night.
Rockstar's
Like the ray tracing is gonna look fire. All the neon lights.
official geography and buildings or assets being used really puts into perspective just how ginormous, gigantic this map is literally going to be.
This map is
For
so
example, one of my
big.
favorite screenshots we got was this postcard right here, where you can see some small little islands with tropical vegetation in the waters of Vice City. And I thought to myself, what if you was to stand on that little island? I always think, I wonder what it's going to be like to explore that little island and stand on there and look at the city surrounding you.
I want to free roam in this game.
I was able to do exactly that, and it just gives you an idea of how giant
I wonder
Vice
what the
City's gonna
physics
feel
is
when
going
you're
to be
stood here,
like.
and all of the skyscrapers surrounding you. And then you remember the game I'm playing right now, Cities Skylines 2, is probably 10% of how detailed and immersive it's going to look in GTA 6. One of the best ways I found to truly get an idea of how dense this is going to be in game was, again, pretending I was an NPC and walking through the streets as if I was on a mission or I was just trying to find a location in game.
Bro, I want
went
to play
on a
this
journey
game so
across
bad.
multiple bridges, and each time
There's so many things I want to do. I want to do that. I want to go on the street like I'm an NPC, just walk around.
I just stood there and went, wow. When we actually get
Just
to play
want to
this
walk
game
the
in
map,
November,
explore.
it's going to be pretty freaking crazy. It turns out that Vice City is one of the best mapped areas the mapping community so far has managed to work on. Just take a look at the mapping community's progress, and as you can see, they've managed to map a hell of a lot of it, which means what you're seeing here is a relatively accurate version of what we might see in the final game. That comes down to all the nitty-gritty details, like the fact that there's an island here dedicated to being a golf course, which I guess may be the HD version of the Leaf Links golf course from GTA Vice City. Another thing that's really interesting is we have this really large suburban home area. I don't know whether we're absolutely certain it's going to be this big in the final game, but this is the area where, let's just zoom in on a street, for example. I believe it's a bit more north of this in this housing area. So in the northern region of this area, I'm not sure exactly where, but let's just say, you know, one of these streets here is where I believe we saw the motorbike guys doing wheelies and stuff like that. Just this housing area alone, with all of these houses,
That's hard.
It looks like as big as Los Santos
trying to be 12
downtown
o'clock
is in
boys on this
GTA
jump.
5. Just this area on screen alone is way bigger than GTA 5's Los Santos. I mean, look at this city. Look at the city density. That's like 2 or 3 times bigger than Los Santos. At least it looks like visually to me. But if you want to get a sense of just how ginormous this map really
I'm
is,
hyped for this
in
game.
my opinion, we need to move out of Vice City and we need to head more west to an area I'm most excited about, and that is the Grass Rivers.
It's
aka
like Red Dead
Ever
Redemption with
Gardens.
modern.
The issue with the Grass Rivers is a lot of this
Red Dead
area
Redemption
is
was so fire. I need to
entirely
finish that game too.
speculative. When you're actually in game,
If y'all want to see that
exploring this
playthrough,
place, because of the
let me
dense
know.
vegetation that's going to be surrounding us, there's absolutely no way we're going to be able to see Vice City when we're standing here. This is one of the locations where you're truly going to be able to get lost in, and I'm really excited to see the Easter eggs this place has hidden. The Grass Rivers is probably an area the mapping community will never 100% map before the game comes out, because there's probably not a lot of source material that Rockstar can give us in terms of screenshots and trailer content that takes place here.
When your kid is hurting,
This is not my premium
and there's
account.
nothing you can do about it.
I got YouTube Premium, but this account
If we
not on the
continue
family
north,
plan.
we're gonna
I got
reach
family
an area
members.
called Ambrosia. As you can see, this mapping project has really closely and accurately mapped some of the areas, and I'm able to tweak the time of day and the atmosphere to give you guys a better idea of what it might actually look like when we finally explore this place. Ambrosia is a very atmospheric area, and it's also home to Lake Leonida, that giant lake in the middle of the map that you've probably seen if you've looked at the GTA 6 mapping community. This area is mostly farmland, working collar area, and it's going to have a hell of a lot
They'll
of
have the
factories,
biker
but it's
gangs.
also going to be very atmospheric looking at Rockstar's screenshots. I'm sure you've probably all seen this
It look like
helicopter
Pittsburgh to
screenshot
me.
right here, Well, it just so
Like a
happens that this is
still,
on the
still
border of
new.
Ambrosia and Mount Calaga Wildlife Region, and we can kind of pinpoint where it is on this map. Now, it's important to note we actually don't know how big Lake Leonida is going to be. What you're seeing is just an estimate. The mapping community haven't seen any material really for Lake Leonida as to what it looks like, its shape or its size. All we do know is that a lake of its rough size should be in this general area, based on the real life location of Lake Okeechobee. And also from the leaks, we did see that there is going to be a giant lake roughly in this area. Lake Okeechobee in real life is 730 square miles. So yeah, it could be a lot bigger than what we're seeing in this version. I
Oh
also
wow.
noticed that in a lot of Ambrosia's screenshots, Rockstar took the creative decision to purposely give it an orange yellowy
I
hue.
noticed that
And
too.
I think that's the natural atmosphere we're going to see in that region. So I decided to mirror that in these
That don't look
Ambrosia scenes
nothing
here, where I tried to
like
give it
the.
a yellowish hue
Don't
to
look
give you
nothing
an
like the
idea of what it
postcard.
might actually look like in game. But as I pan the camera around the surrounding hills of Ambrosia, and you're going to get a glimpse of the Mount Calaga Wildlife Park, it may seem like the map is a little bit small in this region, but don't get tricked by that, because like I said, this map isn't even finished yet. You remember that mountain, aka Table Rock Mountain, we've seen from the Mount Calaga Wildlife Park in Rockstar's official screenshots, but it turns out that this map you're looking at right now, being based off the GTA 6 mapping community, actually doesn't feature that mountain at all, or any of the regions surrounding it or north of it.
Why is
Meaning
that?
what we're looking at here isn't even the full finished project. Like I said, we have no idea how much more north this map actually extends. It's entirely possible that another 25–30% of what we've seen in this video extends way beyond this northern border. But as I stood on the highest peak I could find in this area, given the fact that Table Rock Mountain isn't even in this mapping project yet, just looking off into the distance to try and get an idea of how far away Vice City is truly gives you an idea and perspective on how large it's going to feel in game. A lot of this region in the game is entirely speculative, meaning a lot of these mountains and road placements aren't final, and of course they don't actually resemble what they're going to look like in the final game. However, certain landmarks are certainly placed in accurate locations. Like for example, this canyon you're all probably very familiar with from this screenshot, which then allows me to pan the camera upwards and give you an idea of where it's located in the actual game. But there's still way more to the map we haven't even looked at yet, because
Like
the
what,
next
bruh?
location I want to take you to is Port Gellhorn. And
Oh
again,
yeah.
this is a location that we're not really 100% sure on how big it's going to be. So all we have really to
We're not
explore is what
100%
we
sure
know
about
so
any of these
far, what the
locations,
mapping
bro. Just show
community
them
have
off.
seen, which is a small part of Port Gellhorn, which we're going to get into. As you can see from most of the screenshots Rockstar have given us, the angles are very secretive in what they reveal to us, and also Rockstar took again another creative decision similar to Ambrosia, where they decided to make a lot of the screenshots gloomy, foggy, or take place at night time. So I decided to try and find those locations in this map creation and turn it to daytime to try and give us a rough idea of what Port Gellhorn might look like. But remember, this is probably less than 50% of the city itself, so it's only a small snippet of what we do know. However, you may recognize this location, Hank's Waffles. If you remember the leaked footage, if you were one of those people that watched it, you will recognize this building quite distinctively. And if you've ever wondered where is Hank's Waffles in relation to Port Gellhorn and Vice City, well, as you can see, I'm panning the camera,
It's pretty
and
far.
you can see it's very far away from the city. Now what I'm really excited about, as I explained, the map extends much more north than what this version does, so I'm very keen to find what's slightly more north of Port Gellhorn and how big actually is Port Gellhorn. So it's important to note that we don't really know what is going to populate the middle of the map. So the middle of the map is relatively empty. And that's because Rockstar haven't really given us any material to go off of. This is an entirely speculative town. I believe that we're not 100% sure even exists down here, for example. The grass rivers could very much extend further out. Obviously, we've got Port Gellhorn racetrack over here and an airstrip. It's going to have a racetrack on it. and I believe we had some leaked footage of this general area here. And what's interesting is that means this road is the road that they drove down in the leaks, past the car washes from Hank's Waffles, which is located right here.
I haven't seen those leaks. I'm about to look them up.
So yeah, it really gives you an idea.
They're probably not on the internet no more, though.
How much more the map is probably hiding in terms of density, because
if they was real leaks, Rockstar definitely took them joints down.
There's probably many sub towns and
yeah, I know how they do,
and really cool things to see in the center of the map. And there probably is going to be forests that are really large like this, you know. And then when you're on the highway to Vice City, for example, you'll have absolutely no idea what's surrounding you and how much density there is. And I mean, look how far away the keys are from here. And just to reach the keys would require a long travel. So that pretty much ends today's video. If you want to stay tuned for more GTA 6 videos, which I'm going to be ramping up, and you like these unique videos.
All right. Shout out to Dr. I think his name was Dr. Mog. Dr. Mod. Dr. Mog. He mogs. So yeah. I think this would be the best map that we've seen yet in the open world game. I haven't played all the open world games, so I can't really make that claim. I hear The Witcher had a great open world map, but it's GTA 6, y'all. We know this junk gonna be fire. That's my thoughts. I'm gonna keep up with these mapping projects to see if we get more of these type of videos, in-depth looks at the map, because that's gonna be fire. If we do, I'll be sure to keep you updated. It's your homie CT, aka your man's Miles with Don. Peace.